Hey everyone, this is Toni Vanschoyck, CEO and co-founder and ingredient turd nerd, Toni Vanschoyck. So, you guys, today we're talking about a couple of different things, and we're not just talking about our products. This is about education, right? So, we want to be able to educate you on specific ingredients that we have in our products that really are going to help. Now, Tessa, my amazing, brilliant stylist, and also one of our product educators, she's so well versed and she's got a ton of information that she's learned throughout her, what is it, almost 30 years of being a stylist?
25.
Yeah,
Yep.
25. Right. And specifically because you're a vegan and allergen free salon. So Tessa, without further ado, why don't you do a little introduction of yourself and then we'll jump right into our topic today. And we're talking peptides, baby.
Love it. Peptides are so essential to the hair care world, and people I don't feel like know enough about them. So I'm excited about this. I'm Tessa Mehl. I live in Missouri, and I own a salon that tailors to allergies and autoimmunes. Um, I see a lot of different issues come into my salon. I also have clientele that do not have issues, but everybody can have an issue oncoming at any point in time by the things that we are subjected to in the air, in our products, all of those things. So always looking out for that stuff. But I couldn't be more happy to be a part of this. And thank you, Toni.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. And you, by the way, look beautiful today. Uh,
Thank you. You as well.
but you know what? You can do this. You can do this from anywhere at any time. We've done so many videos and trainings and whatnot. I'm on the road, or you're in your salon, or you're whatever. But we really want to come to you guys about education. That's a big deal for us. And I don't truly believe that a lot of people are educated on why you should be reading your freaking labels and actually products that work. I want to give you an example. I was at an event in Virginia a couple of days ago, and I had a lady that said, "Oh, I use this organic product." She wouldn't let me see the name of it, and then showed me all the ingredients and everything, and the information that they had. But I don't care if it's certified organic, or they say, "Oh, well, X, Y, and Z. We've got clean products." The molecules are too big and they don't work,
Exactly.
right?
Yep.
Right. There is a little thing called science. And even though, you can be certified, and which we're, working on becoming a B certification, which is very hard to come by, which means you're sustainable, you're clean, all of these different things, is that you actually, most skincare, hair care products, beauty care products, their molecules are too big. So all they do is sit on top and they don't penetrate, they don't do anything.
Yep.
This is why you get greasy, or this is why you see skin issues. And actually I got schooled by Angie Harris, bless her heart, and I mean that in the good way, right? I live in the South, so that can mean one thing or the other. But she was talking about, because I had learned through a course that I took, that your scalp actually ages twice as fast as your skin does. That's not true. It's up to 8 times.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
So we want to protect that. We want to protect, our skin, our scalp. Our scalp is just an extension of our skin, but it requires some different things, versus, like skincare. This is why you can't take a facial cleanser and wash your hair with it and wash your scalp with it, right? It's got to have some different properties to it. So I'm going to let you go first, because I know that we both deep dive on the nerd part of what our ingredients do, but as the salon professional, I'm going to let you share with what you know about peptides.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, peptides are so important in the role of hair care, and your scalp health. I like to call them your little messenger molecules. So, the peptides are actually telling your cells how to function, like how to produce more keratin and boost your collagen and reduce that inflammation. They're so important. They're the building blocks of proteins. It's they work at a cellular level. So instead of just coating our hair and coating our scalp, they're actually working and penetrating and giving our body signals. And I love that for especially with it pairs perfect with our fermented hair care, which is amazing because, like you were saying, the molecules are so big in other ingredients and other different kinds of products that our cells are not accepting them. They're not recognizing. Instead, they are fighting against them. And there's so many benefits to your peptides. And the copper peptides, keeping our hair and our scalp in that growth phase instead of, stopping it or inhibiting it from staying in that growth phase. That's where we see a lot of the issues with thinning and shedding and all of those types of things. So many benefits, improves your scalp health, boost your circulation, your inflammation, get your inflammation down, all of those things. So yeah, I love peptides.
I do too. I love peptides. Now, mind you, even though we have the clinicals and we have all of this testing done, we're not making medical claims here. So we have to be very, very clear about that. We're just educating. But I want to explain, I want to go a little bit deeper into what a peptide is. It's actually a short form amino acid. So, for those of you that work out like I do, I'm in the gym almost every day. I lift heavy. I love it. Creatine is also a short form amino acid. So if anybody out there understands how important, a good clean creatine is, this is basically the same thing that it does for your scalp and hair because it immediately, with our fermentation, creates what's called nanoparticles. Now, don't get wrapped up in some of this other stuff that you heard. Nanoparticles are actually really good. It means that it's immediately absorbable. The bioavailability for your hair and your scalp is just incredible. So it actually penetrates more. And so those larger molecules that we were talking about, proteins and other things, that doesn't happen unless it's bioavailable. So, again, that term is really, really important. So what actually do our fermented ingredients do? Well, it helps to signal those peptides. It sends these signals to the hair and skin cells. It actually helps ramp up the production of structural proteins. So think about this: collagen, elastin, all of these great things that are a part of your hair and your scalp. And you guys, I haven't had hair this long ever in my life. And I can't tell you, if I had taken off my ball cap, maybe you can see it, I don't know, because my background, I have so much regrowth going on right now. I look like a chia pet, seriously. But it also helps also too with the carrier ingredients to help deliver these incredible microscopic scientific ingredients that really do help the hair. And this is why people, I call it the one wash love, right? They notice a difference on the very first wash. I've had stylist after stylist after stylist tell me they have never experienced this. Now look at my hat's crooked. They've never experienced this with any other product that they've used behind the chair. Now, our products are not just for stylists, right? It's only about a tenth of who are in the company. Our products are for everybody, for both men and women. But also, too, is that this also helps reduce the muscle contraction. So it helps with hair fall. So we have an 80% reduced rate of hair fall when people use our products. This is why we recommend using the elixir the night before or at least 20 minutes before you shampoo, and then put it on after you shampoo too, because it helps strengthen your hair and it also helps solidify the scalp. Okay, enzyme inhibitor peptides. Again, this is so you don't have hair fall like you do. This is also to help with breakage. So these, again, you guys, all clinical studies, we help soothe, we help promote healthy hair growth. So Tessa, I'm going to turn it back over to you. What else do you have to share about the wonderful inner workings of peptides?
I really want to say that it is actually one of the scientifically backed ingredients for improving your hair strength, you're stimulating your growth, the maintaining a balanced, healthy scalp environment. So that right there is pretty amazing. It is backed by science. And to have that type of technology in our products is just amazing. With the copper tripeptides, I mean, our bodies produce this stuff to heal our tissue and to heal our wounds. And I think that's so amazing that with fermentation, you can actually break that down to where your body's going to accept it, and that healing starts beginning. And like we said, no medical claims at all. That's backed by science on what it's doing. You know, with the what it does for our microbiome, and it actually can prevent that it it causes a resistance to the buildup and to the dandruff and things like that. So just amazing all the way around. And the way that we have so many issues with the growth phase and the shedding and things, and the way that it really assists with that and our moisture and the different issues that we have. I will tell you this, Toni, that I decided, okay, if our products are so awesome and cleaning that biofilm off our scalp and things. I thought, until we get our face stuff out, I'm going to try it on my face. So I washed with our shampoo, and it was like I had a facial. I mean, just beautiful. So then I used our elixir. Oh my goodness. I was driving to work and looked in my rear view, and I looked like Chewbacca. The hair growth on my face. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, well, it really, really is helping with the hair growth. So that's just a funny, probably information nobody needs to know about my face, but I just wanted to throw that in there that I was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. So yeah,
Well, here's the thing. We don't want you to look like the bearded lady, and you guys, so we don't, yeah, we
just
don't,
trying to catch up with my husband.
right, the beard. We don't recommend that you use the hair care
No.
products for your face. It's just, one of the
No.
things that we experiment with,
Yes.
which it actually is pretty hysterical. You know
Yeah.
what we need? So Kylie, who does all of our videos and stuff, I'm gonna have him put a picture of like you and a mustache and a beard.
Please do, please do. Yes, as a stylist, I mean, I will always try stuff like that, just okay, I'm going to see what it does for my face because it's running down your face, right? Whenever
Right.
you're and in the shower and things. And that's been amazing too with people that have had acne and the things they're saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm not having that breakout issue now since I've switched to this." So I thought, well, I'm going to try it just to see because that's what I do. I just test
No.
things out.
Yep, yeah. But the other thing too is because it's pH correct, and there's most of the products out there are not pH correct. They're either too acidic or too
Mhm.
base.
Yeah.
So your skin freaks out. It doesn't know how to react. But for most people, when you're rinsing your hair with their shampoo and conditioner, it's running all the way down from your scalp to your feet.
Yes.
So that is something to be aware of. But I do want to talk about, our fermented botanicals because we have a couple of blends in here that are very specific to us, patent pending stuff, trademark stuff, the hair density complex, the moisture veil complex, and the reparative oil complex. Guys, we did not mess around when it came to really looking at specific ingredients that we could blend together that were unique to us. That was incredibly important. Listen, there's a lot of people that try to copy other companies, other products, and that type of thing because they don't have any originality. You know what? Play in your own damn backyard. Do
Yep.
your own thing. Copying is a form of I'm not creative enough to do my own thing. You know what I mean? So I think that that's also really important. And I was looking at some of my other notes that I had here. And you guys, I worked really diligently on these topics when Tessa and I were talking about, how we really need to educate people about, what our products do because they actually cross barrier with other things like our vitality shampoo and conditioner. It will replace a purple shampoo. It's great for blondes. It will brighten the blondes. It will keep the grays from going yellow, and it will, it actually acts as like a natural toner. Like we have a lot of stylists. Michelle Brocky was mentioning that on you guys' podcast.
Mhm.
That her and Monica have stepped away from toning so many people. One, it saves you time. Two, it's going to save you an expense on your time and also your client as well, because, again, our products work synergistically.
Yes. And you can't tone without using chemicals. So
No,
that's a lot less chemical. I have not toned in my shop since I have started using this. I have not toned in my shop.
that is crazy.
It is insane. And, at first I had to trick a few of my clients. Sorry, clients, if you're listening. Um, And then they see they're like, you didn't use that toner, did you? Nope. And the way that it prevents that yellowing and that grassiness and all that from coming on, I got my hair done, and I know it's been too long. I just haven't had time. Probably 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago. Normally I would have to tone in between. I have not had to tone at all. I'm using my Vitality. And so that's amazing what the different things that we can use our products for and eliminating those chemicals and the other things that we would normally be using.
The other thing, Tessa, and we've talked about this before, but it's also too important, not just for the everyday consumer, but also stylists for their clients and clients for their stylists, is that what, you're using less chemicals. Those are an insult. That's a chemical warfare on your body for its health, right? So the one thing that I loved what you said, and again, this is so important, is that you had, well, how many different products on your shelf before FermaGlo came along?
Probably at least 50 different products. And Anissa was in the shop one day and she said, have you gotten rid of everything yet? And I said, I haven't got to clean this cabinet out. And I opened it and she's like, oh my gosh. And I said that's what I'm saying. I had to carry so many different things to tailor to each person, and they're all out the door. We are, I across the board, FermaGlo can use on everyone, and I just love it
That's
so much.
awesome.
I'm so thankful.
Yeah, and one last thing I want to say about peptides before we wrap up this educational little piece to what we're doing is that peptides, man, they actually are like little working engines, right? The little engine that could, and it's not just for internals anymore, right? All of these discoveries that we've made with the snow mushroom, with the rose water, with the guava leaf, and everything like that, it's fermentation at its best. And if you guys don't understand what fermentation is, we did a training video a couple of weeks ago. Go check out, our Facebook page, Toni Vanschoyck, and then also too on FermaGlo, where we've educated on everything that we can do and why we're different. Listen, we're premium. You aren't going to be able. I mean, Tessa was selling some products, individual products, for $400 a piece in her salon, and she said they sucked,
Yep.
right?
Yep. They said clean, and they weren't clean because they can hide the ingredients. So it's crazy where this is, there's nothing hidden in our products. Not
And
one
that's
thing hidden.
Yep. And that's why it's completely important to us to be transparent. And that's why, we have the SDS sheets and also the clinicals, which are not available to the public. You actually have to sign an NDA to get those because we do have to protect our formulations. Because I don't want somebody copying us. Go do your own thing.
Exactly. Exactly. What we have here are stellar products, and I couldn't be more proud of that because in the type of salon that I run and my struggles with things, I've never ever seen anything like this ever. And I'm just so proud of that. I'm so proud of that.
Well, I'm proud of you for taking the leap and really trusting that these products were going to solve the challenges that you had with yourself, because you have a very serious autoimmune disorder, and
Mhm.
also for all of your clients. But we're not just marketing to those people. This is
No.
just a safer product that's non-toxic. Hello, it's not low tox, it's no tox, baby.
Yes, exactly. Because what can happen is we don't know any day or time when something could start developing because our body's fighting against something that's foreign that we're using. So use the safe products, use the clean products to prevent that from happening. You got to take steps. And
Yep.
this is a huge step, a great first step.
Yep. But you have to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
It's just like the water that we use is so important. The
Hmm.
quality of ingredients that are sustainable and from around the entire world, the micro testing that we do on site, the frequency that we put back in the products. I mean, it's just an all, full 360-degree view of what a product truly should do and what it should be and what it should represent in a world and a sea of toxins and carcinogens. Well, Tessa, thank you so much. You guys, thanks for tuning in for our high level 15 to 20-minute educational videos that we do. They're released every Monday at 2 o'clock. And make sure that you listen to our podcast, Hair, Hair it, FERST, Hair It First. It's on all of the platforms and it's hysterical. So they talk about a whole bunch of fun stuff. I'm going to be on there as your local,
Yeah.
not local, but your ingredient nerd. And we're going to be
Yeah.
talking about all that kind of fun stuff. But they just released the second episode this past Friday. Third episode is coming up this Friday, and we cannot wait for you guys to hear more and be even more educated. Tessa, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you.
Right back at you, and I love you.
Mwah.
And have a
Love you
great
guys.
day.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.